Mountain Dew Code Red, folks. Good stuff. Got me some Lay's potato chips. I ran out of dip. I had some cheddar cheese dip, but I ran out. Vaughn, why you eat on camera? Well, there's two reasons. Number one, because eating on camera is a phenomenon now called mukbang. The second reason why I eat online is because it drives my trolls and haters bananas. What happened just last night, and I even expressed this on a G-Man Google Hangout, because they were talking about atheism and whatnot, and so I thought I would elaborate on the story a little bit. My kids were outside after dark, and they saw a spooky white face with an all-black clothing, covering, shroud, whatever. But it was all black, and it had a spooky white face on it. This was seen by numerous children, not just my own, but some relatives' kids as well saw it. And so being the master of the mystic arts that I am, I wanted to go out and investigate. And I grabbed my little mini flashlight, which was totally useless in pitch black darkness, which I found out to my dismay. I mean, it's real good if you want to look at stuff up close, but if you're trying to see something, 30 yards away, now you can forget it. Anyway, so I took my trusty little flashlight and out I went, because, I mean, after all, maybe this thing's got something to tell me, right? Anyway, so they're like, it's right there, can you see it? I couldn't see shit, and I couldn't, but I mean, you got all these kids that can see it, and, that's not unusual. Let me explain something to you folks. Living in an atheistic, humanistic society as we do, we literally train our children not to be spiritual, not to embrace the supernatural. Oh, that's, you were just seeing things, honey. We literally train our children not to be spiritual and supernatural. And that is a crime. That is a literal crime, in my humble opinion, that we, literally train our children not to be spiritual or supernatural. And so, these kids are not at the age where they've been trained out of it yet, and so they're seeing all kinds of crazy stuff going on. But most notably, you got it's late at night, you got this white face on this little bridge over here next to Lake Alice, and it's like, well, I'll just go out there and see if it has something to say. And so I grab my flashlight and I go charging at it, because I'm going to banish it, because I don't think it's human. Obviously, if they can see it and I can't, it's probably not human. So I'm going to banish this thing. So I start charging at it, and the kids are like, it's running away from you, it's trying to get away from you. And so I ran faster, and but unfortunately it ducked into the woods before I could banish it, because I get my chance, I'll banish that sucker to outer darkness where it'll stay there forever. But anyway, so yeah, it was pretty interesting situation. And of course the kids were quite relieved when I managed to chase it away. And so, the atheist obviously would say, oh, that shit don't exist. There's nothing to it. But see, you got a whole shitload of frightened kids. There must have been 7, 8 kids. You got a whole shitload of frightened kids that you have to deal with. So now what would you say to them, atheists? Oh, it wasn't there? Bullshit. It was there, and they were scared shitless. See, that's my point, ladies and gentlemen. Atheism has absolutely nothing to offer. It has nothing to offer. All right? Because the atheist would tell all these frightened children, oh, well, it's not there, it doesn't exist. Whereas me, being a master of the mystic arts, I'm going to go out there and confront the damn thing and destroy it, right? And that's exactly what my kids and those neighbor kids and those relative kids were expecting me to do, is to go out there and handle the situation. Not sit there and say, oh, you're crazy, it doesn't exist. No, I'm to go out there and deal with it, and that's exactly what I did, and I chased the damn thing back into the woods. Whatever it may have been. Who cares, you know? But I chased it back into the woods because that's what I'm supposed to do. You know, the era of kowtowing to evil is over. All right, that ship has sailed. Okay, no, we're not going to cower to evil. And this entity clearly understood that because when I started charging at it, it fled into the woods. So. What was it? I don't know. Phantasm, specter, ghost? Don't know. Don't care. And obviously it knew that I wasn't playing. Alright? Because when it comes to these entities, understand that you got the home turf, okay? This is your plane of existence. This is where you belong. They don't belong here. They belong in another plane of existence. They don't belong in this one, okay? So you literally have a legal right to say, get the hell off my property, get the hell out of my plane of existence. Because they don't belong here, okay? These entities, whatever you wish to call them, they don't belong here, all right? And so you literally have the right to tell them to leave. And a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't understand that. But you do. You have a literal, you know, especially if they're on your property or if they're in your home or something of that nature. You have the right to tell them to leave. It is your home. You know, particularly if you bought the damn thing, right? So, you know,